right now! Not done yet! Sing your heart out! What a loyal fan! Watch this! Medium artist style! Love stuff! Angel Ultimate! Wink wink! Not done yet! Sing your heart out! I'll help blast your troubles sky high! Together, let's create total waste of energy. Let's create the most beautiful shape! Let's run! Not done yet! Steel slices the world through! Frost scorpions! Radiant clouds! Let this sword array send you away! Wait! Finish it! Leave it to me! Heroes Frost! My spirit soars in the sky! Let this sword array send you away! Still. As decreed. Channel. Breathe. Concentrate. She and mine were one. Forward! Turn around! Spin! Evil shall turn to dust. Obliterate form and spirit. Your life ends here. Don't get careless. Flare insecurity. Wait! Nothing plain. Too late for that. Good. Channel. Thanatos yet still. The time is now. Pay close attention to what I'm saying.
Release.
The weak spot is here. Learn for countless legends, melodies, and dreams.
Evil shall turn to dust.
Don't let your guard down. Forward! Turn around! Smash them!
Concentrate.
Intercept! Reverse shockwave!
Shift. Cycle of yin and yang. The moment has come.
This won't take much!
Your life ends here. Scatter. The weak spot is here. An opening.
The verdict is unforgivable!
Breathe. Shift.
Dial 1 for complaints! Dial 2 for attack! Like a shot!
Obliterate form and spirit. It's almost time.
Pay close attention to what I'm saying!
As the evil shall turn to dust.